How about you? I'm Hank. I bought the cheapest dump trailer that I could find. Let's go over some of the pros and cons of this 7x16 Homesteader Trailers dump trailer. And I'll tell you some things that I don't like about it. I'll tell you some things that are good about it. I'll tell you why I got it at such a great deal. And I'll just give you the story behind it. And if you're looking for a dump trailer, if you're like me and you're going to use it 4 or 5 times a year and you're not going to do a lot of hauling with it, this may be a type of option for you. I'm not affiliated with this brand at all, but I'll tell you all about it, what I've noticed so far, and I'll get you the story behind it and this 7x16 Homesteader Trailer dump trailer, and we'll see what you think. I'd like to hear your comments about it. It's the first time I ever bought a dump trailer, so let's get started and let's talk about it. Right off the bat, the 7x16 dump trailer I bought from Paris Outdoor Power in Paris, Tennessee. Me and Tony did a video from Tony's Tractor Adventure. Sorry about that. You probably don't know who's Tony. Well, me and Tony from Tony's Tractor Adventure were doing a video, and his buddy owns Paris Power Outdoors, or Paris Outdoor Power. And well, anyway, he had a couple of these on his lot at one point, and this was the last one. And he's getting out of the trailer business. He's a tractor, lawnmower, a UTV type guy. Dipped his toe into the trailer, sales type world. Found out he didn't like it, and he was like, "Look, man, just make me a deal on this, and we'll let you take it out the door." It was the last one on his lot, and he had only had a couple in his inventory to begin with. Well, then he got this one, and it was the last one that he had before he got rid of all the inventory. And he was asking $11,299 for it. And I said, well, if I can walk out the door at $8,500, I'll take it. Brand new. And he was like, you got a deal. And I think he just wanted to get it off the lot. I mean, heck, I might could have said $5,500. But, Ted is a friend of ours, and I've known him for a couple years now. He's a great TYM dealer. And I didn't want to try to rip him off. And I know that he probably still made a couple bucks on it, which is important to me as a small business owner to help those guys out. Let's talk about some of the features of this trailer and what I don't like about it. Evidently, it's veteran owned and American made. It is out of New Tazewell, Tennessee. It is American made for sure. But when we hooked it up, we used this coupler system here that they got here. I don't care for that. This style lock here, I don't like it. When you get, this is the pin that they give you to go. Actually, I think they give you a hairpin, and I ended up changing it for this because a hairpin was just too much to do. So I slapped this bad boy in here somehow or another. Let me see if I can see the hole here. Come on, Hank. Yeah, I do that, and then so that's how I do that. I do think the chains are nice and heavy. They're very, very long, so they're twisted up here. I don't like the hook. This is a no-kidding basic entry-level dump trailer. The metal's 10 gauge. The lift capacity on it, I think, is around 9,000 pounds. It's got two 7,000-pound axles under it. And I think it has a little sticker here about the axles as well. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's got the two 7,000-pound Dexter axles, powered self-adjusting electric brakes, and improves the distance up to 50%. Now, what I'll say about the trailer, so there's a lot of cons to this trailer, but there's some pros to it as well. The single most biggest pro of this trailer is it pulls like a dream. I pulled it from Paris, Tennessee, back down here to Florida, and it's an 8-hour drive from where I'm at, and it worked. I mean, it pulls like a dream. I took it to the landfill already and dumped a load of trash out of it, and it pulls like a dream. So I'm very happy with how it pulls. There are some nice features on this trailer. The LED lights are nice. It comes with a tarp. We'll talk more about the tarp here in a minute. Again, we talked about the axles. The axles are good. Marker lights are nice. It has the barn doors plus the you can tailgate spread with it. Everything is mechanical. There's nothing hydraulic on this. There's that. The bed is in 3 pieces, 3 welded sections here. 1, 2, 3. You do have D-rings in the corners, so there, you do have that. And again, it's a 7x16. I would probably carry my tractor in it. I probably would not put my skid steer in it. My skid steer is a 10,000 pound machine. I don't think I'd put it in there. But let's talk about more of the stuff the stuff that's not good. All right. Number one is this tarp. This tarp is, again, it's mechanical, but the spring's already rusting here. Let me show you this clip of me going down the road. I noticed that the very first screw had already come out of it. That's connecting it to this roll bar. And this big long string here is faded by the sun. I don't know how long that's going to last before it just kind of dry rots and is no longer to be. So I don't like I like the tarp. The quality of how it's assembled leaves a lot to be desired. So I'm not a fan of how they assembled that. This little Zerk grease cap came off already. So there's that. The second thing that I think is a huge sign of an entry-level trailer is stuff like this. See all that? There's this rust. The paint job is not very good at all. Check out the rungs on this ramp. You know, you got the runs in the paint. They missed some spots when they painted. So it's not a very, look at the side of this rail here. See how it's rusted on the inside? When they sprayed it, they didn't spray the whole rail. They just sprayed, you can tell they sprayed it like this and didn't take the time to go inside the rail. So that's all rusted. You know, you can take some rattle can and touch that up. The hinges are greasable, so that's a good thing. You always want your hinges to be greased. Let's see. That is not, see, stuff like this just bothers me. That is not, see how that's not straight? That's just, somebody just chunked that on there and said, oh, that's good enough. See how this one's straight? So that attention to detail and that kind of stuff, you know, there's just that, right? But the paint job on this is a 7 out of 10, maybe even a 6 out of 10. They definitely didn't go overboard with their painting, but the price reflects that, right? Here is the handle for the tailgate spread here. It's all, like I say, it's all manual / mechanical. So there's nothing fancy about that. Look at the paint on this ladder here. I say ladder, this ramp. Here's what the decals look like. They're already coming off here. This one is already coming off here, like so. So there's a lot. Hey, you get what you pay for, you know what I mean? It does have the scissor lift. The scissor lift is located, you know, kind of on the axle there. So that's okay. It does not come with a remote on the hydraulic motor. Here's what the hydraulic stuff looks like on the inside. It does have a very long connection here for the winch control. So that's good, and it's simple, it's easy. It does. This is a good feature about the charger. You just push it to see, you know, now my battery's fair. So I could put like a maybe a trickle charger in there. But it does on the other side of this charger, it does have a plug here that you can plug in a charger, and you can charge your battery that way. So there's that. It does give you some troubleshooting type guides here on this. It comes with the packet for all that. One thing it does have is estimated weight of materials. You don't want to overload this thing, so that's good. It's a 2 5/16 ball, by the way. I'm not saying all this to kind of just bad mouth the trailer. Oh, look, this is not planned. You know what that is? That's the screw on the tarp. I'll keep this. When I unscrew the tarp, that's crazy, I saw that. When you unroll the tarp, actually, let me just unroll the tarp. Hold on a sec. Okay, look here. See this? Over here. Look. This is where this goes. Let me get a wrench. I'm gonna tighten that down right quick. I know that wasn't part of the. Wonder what size that was. A quarter maybe. I'll grab a couple. Hey, listen. Making necessary repairs to my. Making necessary repairs to my trailer tarp already. I wonder if that's a quarter. No, there we go. So I'm just gonna tighten this up already, maybe. Yeah, that's just gonna pop back out. I'll have to retap that. Maybe just set it off to the side there. So here's the thing about this, right? It's not that big of a deal, but as you know, you're buying a new trailer. You shouldn't have to do that, is what I'm saying. Oh, they're all loose. You know, like I say, what that take me 5 minutes, but you shouldn't have to do that to a brand new trailer. Let me take you guys along as I go to the landfill, and let me take it and let me dump it for the very first time. I'm gonna show you that process, and then you'll see how it does on its very first dump. All right, we made it. I'll get it untarped and we'll look at the first dump of this new dump bed. This is how the top connects here. So pretty simple. All right, first dump, here we go. I bet they ain't 1,500 pounds in here, we'll see. Yeah, I still got the tape on the, yeah. All right, here we go. All right, made my first mistake. I had that chain on there. That was awesome. And then I'll pull it back here. Alright, let's see here. Pull up a little more. Let's see if it'll go up a little more. That's it. Alright, let me pull up some more. Had to pull up some, and that wood got caught on that D-ring over there, so it didn't come all the way out, but that's no big deal. Any guesses before I show you the receipt? Leave it in the comments below. My first dump, that didn't sound right at all. My first landfill trash removal. I went in at 13,240, came out 11,960 for 1280. I told you I thought it was 1,500 pounds. It cost me $23.73, and it took me 22 minutes. So there you go. The truck and the trailer empty combo with a quarter tank of gas is basically 12,000 pounds. Okay, let's talk about some more pros and cons of this particular trailer. All right, so obviously I didn't realize that chain, I guess that's a safety feature to keep it from bouncing up and down as you go down the road. So there's that, but pros and cons. Pros, I got it for a really, really, really good price. You can't find a used dump trailer for $8,500. Another pro is I bought it from Ted over at Paris Outdoor Power. Dude is phenomenal. We've been doing, he sells TYMs, Bad Boys. I think he sells LSs as well. I'm not sure. But anyway, great small business there in Paris, Tennessee. Uh, and I think that he's getting out of the trailer game, maybe because he hooked up with these guys. I'm not sure. But, when you get into the trailer selling business, the margins in that are maybe sometimes they're just not worth it. And as a small business owner, he made the decision that the competition was too great, the margins aren't good enough, and whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there when he made that decision. But anyway, Ted is a great guy. I would buy anything from that guy. Honest, got great mechanics. So Paris Outdoor Power, go see them. Not sponsored by, but he did give me a really, really good discount to get this last one off his lot. And this is not a ding. This is not a ding to Paris Outdoor Power. But there's some pros. Another pro is, like we mentioned earlier in the video, this thing pulls like a dream. All the lights work. The scissor lift works great. And again, think about this. If you're going to be a guy that uses a dump trailer half dozen times a year, maybe a dozen times a year, that's once a month you're going to be using a dump trailer. You're taking stuff to the landfill. You're helping a neighbor. You're taking your 35 horsepower tractor with a rototiller on the back of it to your neighbor. You're taking a tractor with a grapple on it to go help move some storm debris and then loading it into it and leaving with that. Maybe you go get a load of gravel to fix some potholes in a driveway or something. So you're not using it every single day, and you're not using it as a business, as a small business, then this will be a good trailer for you. But if you're going to be using it as a landscape business or a trash removal service or something like that, don't go with this trailer. It's not designed for that, I don't think. And the price and the quality of the build reflect that. People are now going to the cylinder dump, the one cylinder in the front. And I like that, and that's what I want. That's what I wanted until this price came along. But I don't use it. I just think I use this trailer a lot. And when I use it, for what I use it for, I think it's going to work out great for me. I think I'm going to haul a couple loads of rock every now and again. I'm going to haul some trash to the landfill. I'm going to take a small, a 224 over to someone's house to help them out or something. So I think this trailer is going to work great. And this is not dogging out a homesteader trailer. When you build a more expensive trailer, the attention to detail gets more and the quality of the build gets more. The metal gets thicker, the cylinders get thicker, things like that. So, it's not a dig on them neither. They made their trailer at the price point that they wanted to make it at. I think that, it doesn't cost anything to make sure your hook is straight. It doesn't cost anything to make sure your self-tapping screw stays in. So stuff like that, I don't know. Would I buy another homesteader trailer? Nah, probably not. But this one is going to work for what I need it. It's going to work for what I need it to work for. Somebody that's going to use it every now and again. It's going to work great. I wanted a 7x16. I wanted a telescopic lift. But Tony over at Tony's Tractor made a good point. He goes, man, when you add that big cylinder in the front, you lose the capability to put your bucket on there if you need to. And I said, I never thought about that. But they do make this also the cylinders underneath, which is better than the scissor option. From what I understand, all the tractor manufacturers are going away from the scissor lift. But anyway, so I want to thank Paris Outdoor Power for giving us a really, really good discount on this trailer, and I think that it's going to serve us well. I know I said a lot of negative things in this video, but I think the trailer is going to serve us well. As little as I'm going to use it, and people always say, hey, well, you can rent one at that price. Well, sometimes I want to put my trash, like the other day, we cleaned out a shed. Well, we cleaned it out on a Monday for a couple hours. Then Tuesday we finished it up, and then Thursday I took it to the landfill. So I don't want to keep a trailer for 4 days, and I don't want to have to work. Start on a Saturday morning, bust my rear end to try to get this thing filled up, take it to the dump, get it back for the 1-day rental. So it's nice having this at the house. We're going to use it to haul off debris. We're going to use it to get some loads of rock and dirt in here to fill some holes in. So I think it's going to do just fine for that. I'll make a very, very conscious effort to not overload it and put a strain on that scissor lift. And so I think it's going to work out fine. I think as little as I use it, it's going to be great. All right, listen, I appreciate you guys tagging along for this video. I bought the world's cheapest dump trailer, and there you have it. Leave your comments below. I appreciate you guys. Take care. God bless you guys.